Good to be with you today. Thanks for watching. We continue to be in our sermon series about peace. Just a couple of announcements to make. This coming Wednesday, I believe, is going to be our last community meal of the year, so we invite you to come and be a part of that. Whether you help in the kitchen or deliver or just come for fellowship, we'd love to see you this Wednesday. Also, this coming Sunday, we're going to honor the graduates within our midst. We have 7 who in our congregation who are graduating. So come on Sunday morning and wish them well. And then the next Sunday on the 19th, we got a lot of things going on the 19th. We're going to do a domino chain of all the cereal boxes that you have brought. We're going to recognize our teachers. We've got the alumni choir. So if you've been a part of the choir before, or if you've just been thinking, should I try out the choir? On the 19th is the alumni choir, and they'd love to have you be with it. So this week on peace. Peace requires out of us a humility, a lessening of our pride. And so for this week, we're in the Gospel of John. We're in the 17th chapter. You might remember that in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, 15, 16 is this very long speech that Jesus gives to his disciples. And then in chapter 17, he enters into this intercessory prayer with God that we're supposed to overhear as his disciples. And Jesus invites God to continue to protect us, but also to send us into the world. But it's important how we are sent into the world. So we have this notion of discipleship, right? That we are called, we are sanctified, we are sent. And we usually get most of that right. Being called, we understand that, and being sent, we are generally sure what that means, our missions and our ministries. But we often get this part of being sanctified or being made holy somewhat more difficult than it needs to be. Before we're sent, we're made holy, we're sanctified. We have to be clear here that when one is sanctified or one is made holy, that does not make them purer, cleaner, or fresher than anybody else. That's not what sanctification means. It just means that we've been set apart for our duty. Think of it in terms of this way. When we do baptisms, and we have a baptism coming up in July, we do this blessing over the water. We sanctify the water. We make the water holy. It doesn't change the water. The water is still the water, exactly as it was before, but it has set apart that water for a particular duty, for a particular mission. And that's what happens to us. Think about it maybe in this way, might be better. God has this willingness to humble God's self in order for God's self to be made known in the world. What do I mean by that? God uses ordinary people. God uses self-centered, self-interested, self-involved people to make God's presence known in the world. Listen to the stories of Jesus. Jesus uses sinners to bless the world. Well, you could say Jesus uses sinners to bless the world because there are no non-sinners available to bless the world. So God humbles God's self enough to use us, the imperfect people, to bless the world with God's desires and God's claim upon the world. And that's what peace is going to bring to us if we bring into it this humility. If we keep on thinking we are better or we're more important than others, we're not going to have peace. But to understand that we are just God's agents, imperfect as we are, with this self-knowledge, peace will be more evident. So just think about this week. What makes you holy? Do you feel holy? And how can you be God's blessing to the world? We'll see you soon. Thank you.